Now let us study a little bit in more detail about the work energy equation for rigid bodies. About rigid bodies, we have already studied that these are those bodies which cannot be deformed, they cannot be compressed, or their shape cannot be changed. Hence, whatever energy is provided to them, that is all kinetic energy, and there is no potential energy in a rigid body. Now, why this topic I have taken separately, because it is very important, and almost all the questions that come about rigid bodies except rotation, that will be a separate topic. Otherwise, in mechanics, any kind of linear and non-linear motion about rigid bodies can be solved by using work energy equation. So it is a very important equation, and it will have all the aspects of rigid bodies inside it, whereas rotation of rigid bodies, that will come later in your syllabus. So let us understand this work energy equation for rigid bodies. We have already studied that it has no potential energy, so whatever is the work done for a rigid body, it is all change in kinetic energy. Now this same equation that we studied earlier, it can be written in a different way, in a more comprehensive way, so that you can apply it on any numerical. Now let us understand this with an example. Let us say that there is a surface, and it is a smooth surface, so no friction, and there is a mass m, a block of mass m here, and it is moving with a velocity v1. Now this same example we took, now we will write the work energy equation of this situation. Now let us say it is already moving with some initial velocity v1, so that means it already has some kinetic energy. Now a force F is applied continuously on this, and after some time this body covers a distance s, and it reaches at this point, and because of the continuous application of force throughout the way, its velocity has increased from v1 to v2. So now at this point, the final kinetic energy will have velocity v2. Now the force is done to increase this energy. We have done some work, but some work is done by this force to increase the energy. So whatever work is done, that work is added into the initial kinetic energy, so that final kinetic energy can be achieved. This work will be force into displacement, which is s. So we can say that initial kinetic energy is half m v1 square, final kinetic energy is half m v2 square, and additional work done to bring to change this initial into final kinetic energy is Fs. So now if we write the equation of this, then we can write it as half mv1 square plus energy supplied, whatever work is done on the body in the same along the same direction, that will be added to this energy, so that is equal to Fs, and together they form the final energy. Together they give the final energy half mv2 square. So this is the work energy equation. Now if we generalize this, then we can say that this is initial kinetic energy. So whatever is the initial kinetic energy of the body, plus in this energy whatever work is done, work done by forces acting in direction of displacement, whatever is the direction of displacement, and whatever force are acting in the direction of displacement, those work done will be added to this initial energy, because these work done will supply energy to the system. Now let us suppose that there is some another work done which is in opposite direction. Let us say that instead of being smooth surface, if it has friction, then it will have some work which will be done in the opposite direction. So we can say a negative work done. Negative work done will extract energy from the system. So this work done will be subtracted. So it will be work done by forces acting opposite to direction of displacement. And why they are subtracted? Because these kind of work done, these kind of negative work done, they extract energy. So this will be subtracted. If there any such work done in this system, it will be subtracted, and as a result we will get final kinetic energy of the system. So it is a general equation. We can say that it is the work energy equation of a rigid body. Now let us take an example to understand this further, let us say that there is the same, let us take same example, and plus there is a force of friction also. So a block, this block, same block is moving, and this time the surface is rough, so it will have some coefficient of friction, let it be mu. It is moving with velocity v1, a force is applied, and after displacement s, the block is here traveling with velocity v2 and the force is continuously applied. Now the work energy equation of this is the, if this is the initial position and this is the final position, then between them we have initial kinetic energy, which is half mv1 square, plus work done by force acting in direction of displacement, so work done is that in the direction of displacement is fs, minus work done by forcing acting opposite to the direction of displacement. So since this is rough surface, so there will be force of friction which will be opposite throughout the motion, it will be opposite, and this will be equal to force of friction multiplied by the total displacement, so fs, and this will be equal to half m v2 square. This fs, it can also be written, we know that force of friction is mu n or mu mg, so this can also be written as mu mgs. So this will be the work energy equation of a rigid body. Now let us take another case. Now instead of the body moving in horizontal direction, let it be dropping in vertical direction. Let us say that a block of mass m is initially at rest, it is started dropping, so its initial velocity will be 0, and it is dropping towards ground, and this is the ground, and it hits the ground with certain velocity, with certain final velocity, let us say v, and the distance covered is h. So this is our final position and this is our initial position, and let us say that throughout the motion force of friction by air is applied on this block, so it will be in the opposite direction, and the mg of this block will be in downward direction. So mg, whatever work is done by the force mg, that work is opposed by the work done by the friction of air, but since work done by mg is more, so the block will come down. Now if we, let us say that if we have to find v, this velocity with which we have to find v, with which body hits the ground. So if we make work energy equation, then it will be initial kinetic energy, which is 0 because it is starting from rest, plus work done by force of gravity. So work done by force of gravity is the mg multiplied by the displacement, so it will be mgh, minus work done by fa, friction of air. So friction of air, it will be fa into h, and this will be equal to final kinetic energy, which is half m v square. It is hitting the ground with velocity v, so half m v square. Now if we have to find v, then we can rearrange this equation, and it will be equal to, it will be 2mgh upon m. So this will be the answer to this question. Now if we have any values of m, g and h, then we can put it here, and fa, it can also be replaced by mu mgh. So if we have all these values, we can put it here and find the value of the velocity with which it hits the ground. Now in almost all such question, whether it is the vertically downward motion or it is the horizontal motion, in almost all such questions in which the final velocity is asked, like this in this question or the previous example in which the block was moving with velocity v2 after displacement s, if such questions are asked, it is a direct hint to use the work energy equation. All these type of equations can be solved by work energy equation. So we will take another example in the next video.